Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for a brand new episode of the Skylanders Imaginators Soul Seekers series here on the channel. Now during this intro sequence here, Undead might have popped up, but since there are no enemies in this section, I'm just going to remain as Hardboiled Flarewolf for the sake of saving time. After all, not swapping out for an Undead Skylander isn't exactly going to change the fate of the series, because there's no way for them to be defeated in this section of the game in particular. Very specific set of rules that which we follow, and by that I mean the rules we follow are making up rules as we go along. But what we are going to do, however, is when the magic element pops up here, which is about to, so I might as well swap out in advance, and for choice at hand is going to be Bookshot. But say, as we go through this magic section, the best part is that we're just going to ignore every single one of these enemies, because there's no way Bookshot can take them out, not on his lonesome. This is night mode we're talking about here, and Bookshot struggles with enemies on easy difficulty. Or what we are going to do here is we're going to fire off that tertiary attack, because that is going to keep them away from me. That tertiary attack is really good for zoning, and that's just about the only thing that Bookshot is capable at. So let's continue collecting all these Imaginite pieces, because obviously we can get an Imaginite chest as a reward for that. So let's open up this common piece. We have some Doomlander Barbarian arms. Well, okay, sure. But now we have more of Spyro's completely unnecessary, and worse yet, completely unskippable Deep Stew. So we have Brains and Brawn. We're obviously not going to tackle the Brawn path, because that is how I get characters killed. And by killed, I mean obviously defeated, and when a Skylander is defeated in battle, they are classed as dead and can no longer be used throughout the remainder of the series. So yes, we're definitely going to get to this pathway as fast as possible, where tech is going to be stronger. So let's swap back to Robo. Obviously we haven't seen enough of him yet. You can never see enough of Robo though, truth be told. And it's not like I'm going to be Robo for long, because air is going to be popping up soon. But say, let's complete these puzzles by using our brain, because after all, this is a pathway we chose. We willingly chose to utilize our brain. I know, very foolish endeavor of ours, a very foolish endeavor indeed. I'm probably going to need that killy thingamabob to get rid of this fella. But I'm not even sure how we're supposed to get down there without him hitting us along the way. Or are we supposed to get him up there? Well, we can't get him up here whilst we're up here. I've realised that this might not even be possible after collecting all of the Imaginite chunks, because we probably need to use Imaginite chunks to block this red fella from colliding with us. So let's try this again and hopefully do it with a little more success this time around. Oh, what do you know? That's exactly what we needed to do. And we already have a chest from the first time we completed it. For the first time we combined all of the Imaginite shards together, that is. So without further ado, let's also beat Flint at Creation Clash, where we can garner yet another Imaginite chest that we can open up at the end of our Nightmare playthrough of the game. Okay, that's a whole bunch of stones we have right there. So let us take advantage of Boom Bloom first and foremost. Yeah, Boom Bloom for the win.
Starcast.
And we have Starcast who's going to just take Chopscotch right on back. That's not cool, man. That's not cool. Boom, though. We will be taking Starcast. That will mark our revenge. And Dr. Neocortex has left himself completely exposed, so we are definitely going to be taking him. And the best card to do it with is actually going to be Chomper Mage, because they can't take it back after. Well, they can take Dr. Neocortex though. Luckily, this, my friends, is what we have Ambush for. Boom! We thought ahead, we planned ahead, and because we planned ahead, we ensured that we did not fail. Because after all, failing to plan is planning to fail. So as we didn't do that, there was no failing, only planning. What a glorious execution of all things glorious and awesome. Awesomeness incarnate, so to say. Man, I'm saying a lot of stuff right now, and I'm not sure if it exactly correlates with what I'm claiming. It is what it is, you know. I'm saying it's awesome. Is it really all that awesome? Perhaps it is, perhaps it isn't. But what we are going to do, and what will be awesome, is swapping out for the air element here, as the air element is stronger, and as always, we'll swap out to a Scarred corresponding to the current element of the area. Cannot swap out into element of the area, changes once more. This is what we have Egg Bomber Airstrike for, because he's an air elemental Skylander, so that adheres to the rules where we are swapping out for an air Skylander in an air elemental zone. And plus, he looks glorious in his Easter colours, even more so than Flower, because I think these Easter colours suit this design a lot better. Okay, so it's time to collect the correct bridge for the puzzle at the top. And I think the correct bridge is the bamboo one. It is not the bamboo one! How do I forget this puzzle? Every single time I go to tackle it, without exception, there is one thing certain in life. And that thing, it isn't even death. I'm sure by the time that I'm on death's bed, they would have, you know, found some sort of cure for it. A cure for deafness in of itself. So yes, death might even be a certainty in like 30 years from now. But I can tell you what will forever be a certainty in life. It is me forgetting this fucking bridge puzzle because it's so damn forgettable, okay? This level is so poorly designed that I can't even remember the goddamn bridge puzzle at the end of the level, no matter how many times I've played it. I could have played this a million times. I could have played it an infinite amount of times, and I still wouldn't remember which goddamn bridges go where. Okay, that was quite a rant. Hopefully that was awesome. You know, I've been claiming a lot of things this episode to be awesome, which might not even be all that awesome, but I'm hoping that for once something that I said was awesome was in fact actually awesome. That would be great. Okay, let's launch these guys into the air. Let's take these guys out. Man, they're killing me right now. This is not cool, especially when I'm getting hit by stuff that I could not even see, like what happened earlier. I have no idea what happened earlier, but all I know is that I could see it, which is why I didn't avoid it. If I could have seen it, then yes, I would have avoided it just fine. What do you think I do? Run straight into attacks? That doesn't sound like something I would do. Even though that's exactly what I do. I am notoriously bad at video game after all. Okay, take him out. And his local friends, too. Okay, cool. They're out of here. Man, if only I wasn't at level 20 right now, so then I could level up at the best, most opportune moment. But that seems to be asking too much. And my Egg Bomber Airstrike has a lot more toast than my regular Airstrike because I got the Egg Bomber variation a lot sooner than I did the regular version. And then I realised that I was screwed because I didn't have a regular version, neither did I have a Griffin Park Observatory, and the only way to got this guy's Soul Gem, and obviously purchase the Soul Gem ability, is with the Griffin Park Observatory. And it's not exactly like there's a later game where all the Soul Gems are unlocked by default, so for Egg Bomber Airstrike here, I have the character, but I didn't have his Soul Gem ability for the longest time until I eventually got my hands on the Griffin Park Observatory. Which I did for about £10 at CX at the time, because it was that weird time on the CX site where Skylanders had no value whatsoever. And now, it's quite the opposite. If I were to try and buy the Griffin Park Observatory in CX these days, I believe it's at least triple what I would have paid for it initially. At least. Might even be more than £30 these days, because Imaginator's figures have really held up in value. And by held up in value, I mean that they are now all absurdly expensive and so much more than what they cost at retail. Like seriously, even if the cheaper ones cost what they did back in retail. Like you can get a Tiger Crow for £15, and he's one of the cheaper ones. Look up for him. How is he not dead yet? I think that's a good question. A good solid Aloy tier question. Oh, now he's dead. That's what we love to see. And we can even collect ourselves an Imaginate chest. That mind if we do. So we have a coin piece, a night weapon, Mummy's Revenge. Okay. That's cool, I guess. So let's complete this puzzle, which we totally haven't done in a Skylanders game prior to this. This is definitely not the exact same puzzle as the one towards the end of Cloudbreaker's Crag. Nope, definitely not the exact same thing whatsoever. It's not like they copy and pasted the asset into this level. No, they wouldn't dare be so lazy. This is kind of Imaginators we're talking about here. This is like the most passionate, fulfilling game of all time. Developers must have loved the process of going through and developing this game. After all, it was only their 4th Skylanders game in a row. They clearly hadn't had enough of this franchise yet. You know, it was just eager for more, so to speak, and let's place into Portal a dark creation crystal, because that contains within it a dark quick shot. What better is there to take out a Bowslinger Doomlander in a quick shot? After all, I have range, he has range. It's only fair. And we can use any Imaginator of our choice, because we no longer have access to a Bowslinger Imaginator to take down the Bowslinger Doomlander. After all, they did die the first time around when we went through this level, that being our Bowslinger Imaginator. That's what happened to them. They had a really gruesome fate there at the end. They did. Okay, this guy's got to go some more. He's got to go. Or not. Yes! Damage! Oh, that's how you do it. I'm not sure these will even hit him from all the way back here. Oh, no, they did. When I got close and personal with him, that is. Okay, let's get behind this barrier, because this barrier is a really great way to shield me from all damage. You bet we knocked off a part, right? Nah.
Even though it totally doesn't matter, because
yeah, sure, whatever you have to say there, Kaos. Like, totally, man. Like, totally. This is totally tubular. Yeah, this guy's got to go, man. He's got to go, because the longer he's alive, the little less tubular it is. Like, did you see how the damage stacked against me right there? That was so not fair and uncalled for, bro. Why you gotta do me like that? Okay, I really don't like these tracker ones right now. I really wish I was Robo so I could fire my laser through these walls and, like, really cheese this boss fight. That seems to be asking too much there. The last thing I want to do is lose my quick shot Imaginator, because then I don't have a quick shot to fight against the quick shot Doomlander in the next level, which I'm going to be tackling straight after this one, at least in this session. Because yes, this episode for the latter half is going to be dedicated to obviously collecting cake parts, and then we can spend the next episode completing the abandoned amusement park. Okay, let's kill him some more. Yes, we knocked off the parts. We're down to the final phase. All we need to do now is kill him some more, and any damage we would have took will be instantly nullified by the guaranteed level up. What?
What happened, yo? What the fuck happened? What happened? What happened?
Okay, since Imaginators are still stronger here, it means that technically I need to remain as an Imaginator. So in this case, I want to make sure that I keep my range. So the only other remaining Imaginator I have, which fills that box, is the Magic Swashbucklers. They have a primary attack that has decent range right there. So hopefully the Magic Swashbuckler can finish off what the Dark Quick Shot failed to do. And even then, the failure of the Quick Shot was not down to failure of my own. I did not have the capabilities to dodge that in time, no matter how good my reaction times are, because for reaction time expected to dodge that was 0, like 0 seconds, because of a cutscene that interrupted the flow of the boss fight altogether. In other words, I got so screwed because, yes, that was fucked in every meaning of the word. Man, I hate this stupid video game. Most of the time, actually. I was going to say, sometimes I hate this stupid video game when it's stupid, but then I remember that this video game is stupid pretty much all of the time. Like, seriously. That boasting of Doomlander is doing fuck all because he's too busy running into the pillar right there. And the worst part is that this is the only way that this boss fight is going to be achievable, is by cheesing it with this right now. This is how broken the game is. This is how stupid the game is. Boy, I have never hated Imaginators more, except for this moment right here. The game is apologising. It's throwing me a bone. Oh, I hate these sheep mages so much. Don't target him. Target the fucking sheep still. Stupid auto-lock system of stupidness, which is pretty much the game incarnate right now. This is very, very stupid. How are you still not dead yet? Oh, God, of course it hit me, because I can't even see the fucking projectile, because the pillar blocked it. This is like if the A-pillar blind spot and driving all over again. Like, when is someone just going to make, like, an invisible A-pillar? Because then if you can see straight through it, then you'll no longer have a blind spot there. Imagine how many crashes could be averted from that. Okay, here we go. We need to take him down some more, because at this rate, we're going to lose the Magic Swashbuckler as well as the Dark Quick Shot. Man, these Doomlanders are no joke. And it's not even that they're hard, they're just fucking cheap. Like, seriously. I think this this boss fight and what happened in particular is a perfect example of that. So now, if the enemy is going to be cheap, it's time for me to be cheap back. This is the only way I'm going to win. The only way. Okay, one of them's dead, but now it's just going to spawn in another stupid annoying enemy. Yeah, let's not get too close to the Glowslinger Doomlander, because that would be how I die. Okay, here we go, let's take him down some more. Man, leveling up right now would be nice, wouldn't it? Or better yet, if one of these sheep mages spawned some food, that would also be nice, though there seems to be asking for a lot.
Not so easy to dodge those arrows now, is it?
No, it's not, Kaos, you got that right. In fact, I have no idea how I'm not dead yet. But we take these as they come. Whatever victories, big or small. Oh, I am very lucky right there. Woo! Die, 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 die. I've never mashed as hard in my life before. This is what a desperation... this is what desperation sounds like. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. And it looks like I now no longer have a quick shot Imaginator to deal with the quick shot Doomlander. So that's going to make abandoning an amusement park that much more nightmarish. Okay, how are you still not dead yet? Okay, let's not stand still. After all, standing still is not a good way to get through this successfully, as we've learnt. Okay, I really wish this fella would just peel over and die. Oh man, of course there's more sheep mages. Why wouldn't there be, right? Why wouldn't there be? Okay, I almost ran straight into that projectile right there. I'm so glad that I have projectiles of my own, because if I was playing a melee character, they definitely would be dead by now. I'm surprised that this guy isn't dead by now, but as I said earlier, we take whatever victories we can, big or small. Watch out for them. Just watch out for everything pretty much. This is like not only the most I've ever had to mash, but also the most I've ever had to concentrate, ever. And that's really saying a lot. Oh dear, watch out, again. Those projectiles just come at you so fast. Nah, I'd rather not Kaos, because, you know, you killed one Imaginator already. Is that not enough for you? Okay, there's one enemy right in my blind spot. Okay, never mind, they came back into my field of view again, so luckily a projectile from them will be a little less cheap right about now. Of course, now they're deciding that they no longer want to fire at me now that I can see them. They'll only ever fire at me when I can't see them. Okay, we're just gonna hide here for now. That sounds safe and warm. And yes, I couldn't even finish the sentence. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Woo! Okay, that was way too close. Like, one loss is something, but two losses that is crossing the line right there. There's a thick ass line, which 2 defeats definitely would have went over.
Level up.
But man, that level up could not have came at a better time. And we even get a Imaginator chest, so... You know, we might have lost a dark quickshot along the way, but was it worth it? Absolutely not! You're going to give me common pieces for this! My dark quickshot died for common pieces! Oh, this video game right now. I mean, we got a squid kid, a freaking squid kid, and a firebird torso, which is at least part of the set, at a bare minimum, so that's cool at least. But yes, now we have a cutscene, which... You know, unfortunately I have to sit through, but luckily for you guys I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to spare you from this tyranny. Okay, so it feels like 2 centuries have passed by, but we have at least finally dealt with that there cutscene, so we can get ourselves out of here before we, you know, have to relive the memories of what happened in that arena for any much more longer. Ooh, super experience orb, but that. Don't mind if we do, my friends, do not mind if we do, but that's not going to level us up. That's just lame and boring. It's not so lame and boring, however, it's actually adhering to the rules and swapping out to an air elemental sky when the air elemental zone pops up. Without further ado, let's pop back to Egg Bomber Airstrike then. Obviously adhere to the rules and swap out to a sky currently corresponding to the current element of the area. I'm not worried about him dying, because in this section it's particularly difficult to get yourself killed, and I love that the Cloud Breather even had a little cameo there in the background for a moment. It's a really great way to pay homage to the previous game of the franchise, even if this entire level is just a rip-off of Cloud Breather's Crag, and in fact pretty much every other decent sky-based level that came before it. This level, it is not good. I used to like it, but that's when I had bad taste in levels. Now that I have better taste in levels, I've come to realise, my eyes have been opened to how bad this level is. This is one of the worst levels of the entire franchise. As is most levels in this game. Like, if you were to rank every level in Skylanders franchise history, like, pretty much every single level in this game will be in the bottom, like, 20% of levels, besides Golden Arcade, Cursed Iki Temple, and Abandoned Amusement Park. Those are the only levels in this game worth a damn. And Shamrock Shores is also pretty average, but all the others range from either... I hate him! I hate him so much. They range from that to...
Do you still have to talk like that?
I mean, it's alright. Like, obviously, to quote the meme in art of itself, if I'm gonna rank levels, I gotta rank them according to memes now, right? After all, that is what you would call the YouTube algorithm. Now we have ourselves a little bit of dynamite. Whoa, nice little bit of dynamite. Let's blow some stuff up. See what's inside. I want to see what's inside. Give me what's inside, baby. It's a Imaginate chest. So what do we have in the Ancient Vaults? We have ourselves a common piece. It's going to be a new chest. The Spartan. It's also part of the Spartan Sentry set. The fact that it's part of the set just make it a little bit better than it being not part of the set, that is. We're grabbing this even though we're not going to be able to take advantage of it, because where we're going, there's nothing that for TNT comes in useful for. We're obviously going to use the new Dragon Wings that we've now unlocked thanks to the abandoned music park itself. Not even abandoned music park, we unlocked them from Dragon Temple. I just confused my brain from it there because obviously we were talking about the abandoned music park. It's the level we're going to be playing next. So obviously that conversation in my head just never kind of ended. It's still ongoing. Much like how the cutscene is kind of still ongoing because it felt so long, because it felt like it was 2 centuries in length. You know, kind of, I'm getting jet lag from it. I'm getting cutscene jet lag. So it feels like it's still going when it's not. Party aura. Don't mind if we do. But now that we have new aura, let's fire ourselves off again! Where we're in the perfect position to go and check out Popfizz's proposition for us over here. Luckily for us, Popfizz knows all of the hot goals when it comes to the location of valuable cave ingredients around here. We are very fortunate that Popfizz is very knowledgeable in this one very specific area of Skylanders. Honestly, what would we do without him?
Exactly. We all hide inside this fake cake.
Well, yeah, Popfizz, you know, I would love to execute upon the plan, but it's very impossible to do so as you continue to explain the plan and over-explain it at that. You know, we kind of get it. And now we need to wait for Popfizz to finish explaining more stuff to us that, again, we really could have done with just figuring it out on our lonesome. Make this process a little bit quicker, because honestly, I want to get this cake section over and done with, like, as fast as ASAP. I can wait to find out, but unfortunately, it doesn't matter what I want. The game doesn't care about what I want, so we're going to go ahead and tackle the dungeon anyway, despite my heavy protests. So, in we go for Mausoleum of Madness, I think it's called. Yes, I believe so correctly. Even though I could care less for it, I know what it's called, which is the sad part. Okay, so we're officially in the Mausoleum of Madness. That loading screen definitely took less time than I was expecting, but that's because obviously there are fewer things in this level that need to be loaded in. It's very particularly short. And now the magic element is stronger here, so let's swap ourselves out to Bookshot. I don't think the screen time we got in the Dragon Temple was quite lengthy enough, quite juicy enough. Let's give him some more juice, folks. Showcase his useless abilities, but his abilities all are the same. Like, they might be useless, but they still are technically, by the definition of the word, abilities. So yes, we shall be using them some more to get a better grasp of the overall uselessness. Okay, cool. Now that's into place, we can pop all the way back here. And they are. And they are again. Okay, sweet. We now have ourselves the ability to platform, which is useful in a platforming level. So now all you got to do is pop all the way back here, grab ourselves the key. Okay, you guys got to go. Ow. That is a lot of damage because this guy is useless, might I remind you. Luckily for us, we can instantly kill those enemies just by pushing that block into place, and now we can platform once again and try to avoid all damage altogether because my health bar certainly has seen better days. It would be great if Bookshot was a little less useless, but that is sort of, you know, it's kind of sort of asking for too much. So, let's pop down here where I believe we're going to have yet another elemental switch. I believe so correctly. Light is stronger here, so what we're going to do is swap out for a little bit of Blastatron. Skylander Gaming TV would be proud. And at the end of the day, like, he has good taste in Skylanders. If Blastertron is to be his favourite Skylander, he certainly is one of the top tier senseis of all the senseis. But then again, that's just because every sensei is top tier. That is why, when you compare them, the sensei rankings is one of the hardest, most ones to do, because all of them are so good. Like, even if the ones at the bottom of the ranking are ones that I quite like still, you know, I might put Crash Bandicoot at the very bottom of my ranking, but Crash Bandicoot is still a pretty alright Skylander, to say the least. I could say more, but not, which is why at least it's being said all the same. Boom, boom, shake it for room. Okay, this is a nice change of pace. We go from Buckshot, who is, frankly, quite useless, to Blastertron, who's just obliterating enemies just by looking at him. Oh, man. Boy, do I love Blastertron. It's so much more then Buckshot is not even like a close competition. So let us gather all that treasure right there, because if anyone has earned it, it is Blastertron. He certainly has earned it more than what's his name, to say the least. I mean, Buckshot is just so awful that I dare not even bother to remember his name. His name is not worth remembering. Blobbers? Well, I can kind of tell that from the fact that you look like blobbers, you sound like blobbers, so therefore you must be blobbers. Oh, that's great. Yeah. I mean, rather than marketing them, how's about we instead put them on our giant fake birthday cake so we can Trojan horse our way into Kaos' lair. It's a good plan. It worked in the story of the Trojan horse, so why wouldn't it work here, right? There's Pop Fizz again. I do like the fact that this game references the Trojan horse, though. It is a nice layer to the game's storytelling. It kind of makes up for the lack of the story the game even possesses in the first place. This is a Rat Kingdom. I repeat, it is Rat Kingdom. We need to get out of here ASAP. Rat Kingdom is nothing to joke around with. In fact, we're going to have enough rats to have to deal with when it comes to the abandoned amusement park, so dealing with less of them now is certainly fantastic. But I will take this book on the other hand, don't mind if we do. Oh, yeah. Pop ourselves back up where we can go back and speak to Pop Fizz. We have more missions to load up after all. Okay, does this guy, if we follow him, does he have a cake slice for us, a cake piece? Does he? Does he? Yes, he does! That's 2 of 8. Man, we are just really getting through these pieces, aren't we? So there's an arena fight, which we are absolutely not going to tackle, because that, my friends, is how we get characters killed. We learnt that the hard way, going through this. On hard difficulty, we managed to lose life. So imagine how much worse that would be on Nightmare mode. So let's head over to Mausoleum of Madness again. Just so that we can ensure that we avoid the arena at all costs. Let's not fall down that hole, because we are avoiding Rat Kingdom like the plague. Which is a very ironic statement, because rats are what caused the plague to begin with. So here we are, Mausoleum of Madness for yet another cake piece. And then after we're done with this section, we will savor for remaining hours of cake collecting for the next episode. And by hours, I do not exaggerate. This section, whilst it does not physically occupy hours, it certainly does feel like it, because it is just that slow-paced and awful. Okay, cool, let's take all that. There we go. Wow, you guys really need to die some more. That'd be great. Boom, boom, shake it through. There we go, and now let's take out this guy by rotating the left stick using the palm of my hand, because I don't care what Nintendo says. I'm going to go on ahead and do it anyway. Boom. Okay. Oh boy, there's more Chompies, so let's not take out the bomb yet until the Chompies are dealt with, because that's what we need to be doing is, whilst we're trying to take out this bomb, being attacked by Chompies. Okay, so there should be another key back here. I am correct, there it is indeed. And then this key can be utilised back here, I do believe. I believe so correctly. Okay, let's go ahead, reunite these gems, then we're going to obviously complete the puzzle, because once we've united all of the gems, the puzzle from there becomes rather quite easy. So, as you can see from the timer left on these bombs, that puzzle took me a little bit longer than I'm willing to admit. And to answer your question, no, I do not know what it's like when they reach 0, because I have never experienced it. This section is way too easy to lose by losing out to the timer in the end. you know, anyone with at least a single brain cell to call their own is able to complete this in under 10 minutes, and that is basically literally everyone who functions, because even with a single brain cell, you don't function particularly well, but you function all the same. That is how functioning works. You know, you need some sort of brain cells to go around, even if it's only one. And speaking of things that are only one, we have only one Imaginator chest here, but at least it's an ultimate piece. It's going to be the Dragonfly Wings, which is a duplicate, so that is a huge waste of an ultimate piece of gear when we could have been getting something that, I don't know, geez, we don't have already? Ow. Not cool, fella, not cool. I need more room to take this guy out, because up close and personal with those guys in tight quarters combat is not a good combination for the sake of our health. So let's continue along, because there's more enemies to defeat, as you can see from that guy being literally right there. So let's not get hit by him, because I don't want to lose Bassatron in a fucking cake mission of all things. But with this final key, first of all, we can defeat this guy. That will destroy the Sith Bomb. And this, my friends, is why it's practically impossible to lose to the timer here, because 10 minutes is far too generous and far too easy. 5 of me, man, now that we would have lost out to, and then I would have been able to have told you what happens at 0. But because that's not the case, I do not know what happens when you reach 0. I do not care what happens when you reach 0, because it's too easy to complete it beforehand, and because I'd rather not have to deal with these missions, so therefore I avoid them. I only ever do them when I have to, and that's when the game forces them down your throat as part of this section that is used solely to beef out the runtime of the game a little bit longer. You know, they gotta give you that sweet, valuable playtime for this game. After all, we paid a lot of money for this game, so we're gonna want to feel that value through the game's length. So there's no greater way to increase the length of the game than bogging us down with these awful cake missions. But with that being said, we're going to conclude the episode here. So without further ado, let's roll that outro. I cannot, in good conscience, end off this video without first thanking all of my incredible channel members whose continued support help make these videos possible. Without them, these videos would be near impossible to make, so from the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate every last one of them. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, there are plenty of options on screen now to explore, and please consider subscribing to keep up to date with all my content. On that note, this video is coming to an end, so thank you so much as always for watching. Until the next video arises, peace!